Good morning, YouTube. My name is Will. Lotus. Enzo's getting a drink. When are my German Shepherd's ears going to stand up? This has got to be one of the most frequently asked questions that we've gotten lately. So we wanted to take a time and address it. So most people realize that German Shepherd's ears stand up. Lotus. But what they don't necessarily realize is, as a puppy, they're floppy, and they just kind of flop around. We know a lot of you are anxious to see your pup's ears stand up, so the short answer is usually you'll start seeing it around 5 months, 20 weeks. Now, it doesn't mean that one day they're down, the next day they're up. Oftentimes it means that you're gonna go through a transitional period where one ear may be up one day, then the next ear, and then one may be partially up, and I can show you all sorts of goofy photos of Enzo because he was the most extreme example out of the two. Lotus was pretty much, he actually kind of was just kind of like switch, just they're up, he's good. So we're actually on our way to the park right now. We'll take you along and we'll talk more about this. So why does it take so long for their ears to stand up? Well, as a puppy, the cartilage is not strong enough to hold up their ears. So what happens is once they finish teething, usually around 5 months, then the body will devote resources to building stronger cartilage and you'll start to see their ears stand up. So just know that this is not a light switch of a transition. It will happen slowly, usually over several weeks, where you will see, sit. Enzo, come. Enzo, sit. Lotus, come. Lotus, sit. Or you will see their ears start to become flopsy one day. Maybe one will be up, maybe they'll both be up. All sorts of weird things will happen during this period. Just know that that is completely normal. So the big question is, can it take longer? Yes, absolutely. As I mentioned, Lotus's ears were basically up from the time we got him. Enzo's, I think it was almost 8 months actually. Enzo's was especially weird because he'd go through phases where just the left ear was up for days, or just the right ear, or both ears, or no ears. It was super bizarre. Now, Enzo was pushing it at 8 months. Usually once they get to about 8-9 months, if they're not up, they're not gonna be up. Enzo is just larger than typical, and I think that had something to do with it. Also, his were up. They were showing signs, they would be up for days, but they didn't like fully stay up until about 8 months. Keep in mind too, if you get more than one puppy from the same litter, they may have different results. You may have one that stands up at 6 months and another one that stands up at 4 months. It just doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna do it the same way. A lot of times, it's just genetics. Now, it could be some nutrition that you would wanna look into. All right. But generally speaking, it's just gonna be genetics. Is there something wrong with your pup if their ears aren't standing up? Well, it depends. If at like 5 months there's been zero indication of them standing up, it could be a sign that they're not going to. You'd want to check their diet, make sure they're getting enough protein and calcium and stuff, but genetics is going to play a large role in that, and it simply could just be that they're just not going to stand up or not stand up fully. Even if you got more than one pup from the same litter, one may stand up, the other may not. Sometimes that's just going to be the way that goes with that. All right, so if you've determined that they're not going to stand up, is there anything you can do? Well, you can do this thing called taping. Taping is, well, to be honest, I wouldn't do it. You generally see taping or hear about it in show circles where they actually like fix the ears up. There's some risk in that, and that it can really hurt the pup, and it offers no benefit, no health benefit whatsoever. If their ears don't stand up, there's no health benefit. It's not like they're gonna get dirty or infected or anything like that. It's purely cosmetic. So while I guess technically there is something you could do about it, I wouldn't. I would just leave it be, and they are who they are. So I hope this has kind of helped answer your questions. Like I said, we get this question so often, especially from people who get their first German Shepherd. Several weeks go by, their ears aren't standing up, and they're unsure of why. You boys are worn out, aren't you? Break. So hopefully this will clear up a lot of those questions. But if you have any that you would like to ask us specifically, obviously you can comment below. You can also DM us directly through Instagram and Facebook if you have some more detailed questions that you want to ask. And so as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like if you did, please. It does help in the algorithm there. And subscribe for more German Shepherd content from Enzo and Lotus. Otherwise, appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you on the next video.